second year. We were studying the halogenated compounds, some important questions. Let me take some more important questions in the same chapter. The first question is, what happens when carbon tetrachloride is treated with silver nitrate solution? Carbon tetrachloride is CCl4. All the chlorine atoms are equally bonded to this carbon atom, and they will not release any chlorine atom. It will not release any chlorine atom. That's why the correct answer is nothing will happen. So silver nitrate is not reacting with this carbon tetrachloride. That's why no NO2 evolution, no precipitate of AgCl, and it will not dissolve. Carbon tetrachloride will not dissolve in the silver nitrate. Therefore, the correct option is nothing will happen. Second question, anti-Markovnikov addition of HBr is not observed. That is important. Here Markovnikov's rule is followed when HBr adds on to this carbon-carbon double bond, and if the alkene is unsymmetric. Here propene is CH3, CH double bond CH2. Anti-Markovnikov's addition will take place in presence of the peroxide with this propene. In case of but1-ene, CH3, CH2, CH double bond CH2, again this is unsymmetric alkene. So this propene will undergo addition of HBr in the anti-Markovnikov manner. So this will also undergo addition in anti-Markovnikov's manner, but but2-ene is actually symmetric. CH3, CH double bond CH, CH3. Since it is a symmetric alkene, it will not undergo addition against Markovnikov's rule. Therefore, the correct option is butene. In case of the pent2-ene, but2-ene will not undergo anti-Markovnikov's. But pentene2-ene, pent2-ene, CH3, CH2, CH double bond CH, CH3. This is also unsymmetric. That's why A, B and D will undergo anti-Markovnikov's addition. C will not undergo anti-Markovnikov's addition. Now let me consider this third question. Just to explain this one, I will remove these answers. Suppose you consider this third reaction. X will give rise to KOH, reacts with KOH in presence of water to give rise to Y. This is aqueous potash. When we are using aqueous potash, the halogenated compounds will undergo substitution by OH group. Then when it is heated with Al2O3 in present at high temperature, it will give rise to an anhydride compound. That is alkene. Dehydration will take place to give rise to an alkene. This alkene in presence of KMnO4 and H2SO4 will give rise to acetic acid. Since two molecules of acetic acid is produced, it is actually the double bond in case of this alkene must be at the second and third position. So based on these two products, we can write the structure of this alkene as CH3, CH double bond CH, CH3. So the Z is 2-butene, but2-ene. Therefore this must be CH3, CHOH, CH2, CH3. This Y should be this 2-butanol. So to get this Y as 2-butanol on hydration with the potassium hydroxide, it must be CH3, CHI, CH2, CH3. So this must be 2-iodobutane. Therefore the correct option is this here, 2-iodobutane. If this is considered, then it will give rise to OH group at this position. On dehydration will give rise to double bond between this and this. On oxidation with KMnO4 will give rise to carbon dioxide and propanoic acid. This will give rise to OH and anhydride after heating with aluminium. And on heating with KMnO4 it will give rise to 2,3-butanedione. This will not, actually this will give rise to 4 fractions. All the 4 will be carbon dioxide. Because OH here, dehydration will give rise to double bond, and at each of these carbon double bond there will be breaking. Therefore, the correct option is this A2-iodobutane. Coming to the next one, the reaction of toluene with chlorine in presence of FeCl3 predominantly gives rise to. As I told you in one of the previous questions, toluene contains a CH3 group which is ortho and para orienting. Therefore, the substitution will take place in the ortho and para position. Therefore, it is CH3Cl. The other product is CH3Cl. Ortho and para chlorotoluenes. Then coming to this next, which of the following reacts with chloroform and a base to form phenyl isocyanide? While explaining the properties of this chloroform, I told you about this carbylamine reaction. Carbylamine reaction. This carbylamine reaction is carried out only when a primary aromatic or aliphatic amine is involved. So, if in this case it is aniline, C6H5NH2. When treated with chloroform in presence of a base like potassium hydroxide, it gives rise to C6H5NC. This is actually carbylamine phenyl isocyanide, a bad smelling or obnoxious smelling compound. So like this we can expect various questions in the competitive examinations. So we shall have the next chapter from the next video onwards. That is, the next topic is alcohols. So we shall continue with alcohols in the next video. Thank you.